Do you guys believe in aliens? Let us know in the comments below. I am your host, Jonina, and these are 10 scary alien encounter movies based on true stories. Make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Anyway, let's go. Starting off with number 10, District 9. District 9 is set in an alternate 1982 and centers on a gigantic extraterrestrial spacecraft that lands on Earth and flies over Johannesburg, South Africa. After 3 months of inaction, well over 1 million famished aliens are discovered there. The South African government takes them to District 9 on Earth, and the forced displacement of 60,000 people from the Cape Town suburb of District 6 in the 1970s has a particularly evident connection to South Africa's apartheid history and District 9 as a whole. District 6 rapidly transformed from a diverse melting pot to a whites-only community. Former residents were relocated to Cape Flats, a remote, ugly community with poor construction. Number 9, the Blob. The main focus of the Blob is a bizarre, gigantic, jelly-like alien organism that crashes upon Earth. When the villagers, who regrettably disregard the youths from a nearby tiny town, who have witnessed the Blob's destructive potential. In the meantime, the Blob merely keeps expanding. The story of the Blob was based on real news headlines. On September 26, 1950, 2 Philadelphia police officers saw what appeared to be a parachute descend from the sky. The report stated that the item had a diameter of around 6 feet and was covered in crystals. The thing apparently disintegrated within 25 minutes. Agents from the FBI were sent, but they arrived too late to make any observations. On to number 8, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. In the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Roy Neary, Richard Dreyfuss, an average blue-collar worker from Indiana, experiences a life-changing encounter with an alien craft. In a different parallel story, the movie follows a group of research professionals with various backgrounds as they investigate the peculiar appearance of things in remote locations, primarily desert regions. Contrary to many sci-fi films that are based on a single occurrence, Close Encounters of the Third Kind actually draws inspiration from a variety of sources, including real people's UFO encounters. Dr. J. Allen Hynek, a renowned astronomer who developed the UFO classification system from which the film derives its name, was engaged by Spielberg to appropriately depict UFO sightings. Number 7, Fire in the Sky. Fire in the Sky, based on the book The Walton Experience by Travis Walton, follows a logger named Travis Walton, played by D.B. Sweeney from Arizona, who supposedly had a flying saucer experience that caused him to suddenly disappear for 5 days. The film is set in 1975 and is based on his true story. His co-workers are wrongfully accused and treated with derision and contempt. The film was based on the true story of Travis Walton, a forestry worker who was working near Snowflake, Arizona, in 1975 when a saucer-shaped UFO with a high-pitched buzz entered their line of vision. Walton approached the spacecraft and was struck by a strong energy beam. In a phone booth 5 days later, he surprised his departing staff by showing up in town. He alleges that extraterrestrials abducted him and examined him in a space that resembled a hospital. Number 6, Phoenix Forgotten. The story of 3 teens who traveled into the desert immediately after the disaster in an effort to document the strange things that were occurring in their neighborhood is told in the book Phoenix Forgotten. They disappeared that evening and were never seen again. A never-before-seen footage of the last few hours of their sad trip has recently been discovered on the 20th anniversary of their disappearance. The incident in which thousands of Phoenix residents saw a cluster of mysterious lights on March 13, 1997, leading them to believe that the end was near, served as basis for the movie. Before disappearing, the lights dance across the sky before stopping for an hour on the horizon. According to information provided, the stationary lights were flares dropped close during routine Air Force training exercises. However, no explanation has been supplied for the triangular lights, which were spotted moving from Arizona to Nevada. Number 5, Battle Los Angeles. A Marine unit played by Aaron Eckhart, attempting to protect LA, witnesses a global extraterrestrial invasion in the movie Battle Los Angeles. Things don't go as planned by either party, and the battalion has to fight its way out of the city while it is being robbed by aliens. A number of unidentified aircraft were observed off the coast of LA on February 25, 1942, which served as the basis for the plot. The events of that evening are still a mystery to this day. Number 4, Overlord. The movie Overlord is set the day before D-Day and centers on a squad of American soldiers who get trapped behind German defenses. As they look for a route out of the country, these troops uncover frightening German experiments that bring individuals back from the dead in powerful new bodies. The Germans may not have actually been able to bring the dead back to life, but they did perform horrible scientific experiments on live subjects. The regime also really desired to improve its military through strange scientific means. German scientists were particularly interested in one drug with the code name D9, since it was rumored to be intended to change the boundaries of human endurance. Zombies and aliens are, in my opinion, fairly closely related. Number 3, the Mothman Prophecies. Reporter John Klein, played by Richard Gere, who looks into the Mothman legend, is the main character in the Mothman Prophecies. While still grieving the loss of his wife to glioblastoma 2 years before, Klein is asked to cover a new story. He eventually finds himself in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where accounts of unusual monsters and other mysterious events have been made. The supposedly actual tale on which the movie is based takes place between 66 and 67, when residents of Point Pleasant, West Virginia report seeing a strange monster with dark wings, humanoid proportions, and flashing red eyes. And number 2, Godzilla. The first film in the similarly named franchise is called Godzilla. The main focus of the film is the titular character who grew to great sizes and developed unusual skills like atomic breath and incredible strength as a result of exposure to radioactive radiation. Godzilla was based on the World War II atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. Naturally, the nuclear arms race caused the country great fear, and the movie mirrored these concerns. Godzilla is still a powerful allegory for conflict, justice, and nuclear disaster. Finally, number 1, Altered States. In the movie, William Hurt plays Eddie Jessup, a psychopathologist with a number of theories on the nature of various states of consciousness and common human experiences. He begins to experiment on himself, which eventually transforms him temporarily into an ape-like primal creature. Despite the danger, Jessup continues to labor, eventually mutating into a terrible primal beast. The film is based on controversial hallucinogenic experiments conducted by Dr. John C. Lilly, in which he combined the use of a sensory deprivation tank with high amounts of acid to create odd images. When using substances that affect consciousness, such as ketamine, Lilly investigated inner realms of his own consciousness that he called alternatives. Thank you for watching. Those were 10 scary alien encounter movies. Leave a like and comment if you think we missed anything, and I hope you have a scary day.